Hello friends, welcome back to VOWIAS. Welcome to the discussion on daily MCQ. Today is 10th of February 2022 and now we are going to discuss 5 MCQs based on the current affairs. तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं. But before going into the current affairs, just a small information. We are providing Vision monthly magazine summary as well as Vision Prelims test series summary. You can subscribe to these summaries by visiting our Telegram channel because as you know, for prelims, revision is very important. So in order to ensure we get the best out of the magazines and best out of the test series, it's very important for us to have these kind of materials where you can revise maximum number of things in minimum time, because in these summaries we try to include all the important things and exclude all the non-important things. Okay, so make the best use of these kind of summaries and enhance your preparation. And also the PDF of the discussion will be available in our Telegram channel. You can go to the Telegram channel and download it from there. The Telegram channel details are there in the description. Okay, now let's look at the first question. First question is about Operation Ahat, which is sometimes referred in media, is related to A. Evacuate Indian citizens and foreign nationals from Ukraine. B. Curb human trafficking. C. Rescue people in flood-hit Kerala. And D. Strengthening medical infrastructure and oxygen supply chain. You have to choose the correct option. And if you see Operation Ahat, it is launched by the Railway Ministry. Okay, the correct option is B. Curb human trafficking. So Railway Protection Force has launched Operation Ahat, which is a nationwide operation to curb human trafficking. As part of this Operation Ahat, special teams will be deployed on all the long distance trains with focus on rescuing victims, particularly women and children, from the clutches of traffickers. The RPF personnel had a pan-India presence and were deployed in escorting trains to provide security to the railway assets and passengers. Under the operation, infrastructure and intelligence network of the force will be utilized to collect, collate and analyze clues on victims, source, route, destination and popular trains used by the suspects. Identify the identity of carriages, agents, kingpins, etc. will be shared with the law enforcement agencies, and RPF could act as a bridge between the local police and also between the local police and the law enforcement agencies, so that this human trafficking can be curbed, because human trafficking is one of the major issue that is there. Now let's look at the second question. Consider the following statements regarding Wayanad Wildlife Sanctuary. As you know, for the exam, the wildlife sanctuaries, national parks, they are very important. So whenever there is a question on wildlife sanctuary or national park, what is important? The first thing is its location. The second thing is what are the rivers that are passing through. Okay, so basically, and also third one is the flora and fauna, the important flora and fauna. These are the important things that we have to notice. Now let's come back to the question. The first statement, the Wayanad Wildlife Sanctuary is an integral part of the Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. Second one says it is the largest wildlife sanctuary in Tamil Nadu. Third one says Kabini River flows through the sanctuary. First one says the Wayanad Wildlife Sanctuary is an integral part of Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. This is the correct statement. Second statement says it is the largest wildlife sanctuary in Tamil Nadu. This is the wrong statement, because the Wayanad Wildlife Sanctuary is there in Kerala and not in Tamil Nadu. So the second one is wrong. Third statement says Kabini River flows through sanctuary. This is the right statement. So correct option here is correct option here is A, 1 and 3, because 2 is the wrong statement, right? So with the onset of summer, the seasonal migration of wild animals has begun from the adjacent wildlife sanctuaries in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu to the Wayanad Wildlife Sanctuary. So Wayanad Wildlife Sanctuary, if you see, it is located in Kerala. It is located in Kerala, and this wildlife sanctuary is an integral part of the Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. It is the second largest wildlife sanctuary in Kerala, and it is contiguous to the Tiger Reserve and is bounded by the protected area network of Nagarhole National Park and Bandipur National Park in Karnataka in the northeast, and on the south it is surrounded by the Madumalai National Park. Remember, the Madumalai National Park is in Tamil Nadu, Nagarhole is in Karnataka. Okay, Nagarhole is in Karnataka and Bandipur is also in Karnataka. Bandipur in Karnataka, Nagarhole in Karnataka, and you have this Madumalai in Tamil Nadu. Remember these three things. Next, the Kabini River flows through the Wayanad Wildlife Sanctuary. This is also important thing, and it is part of the Deccan Plateau and Western Ghats. The forest type which is there in this wildlife sanctuary includes South Indian moist deciduous forest, wet coast semi-evergreen forest, and plantation of teak, eucalyptus and grevillea is very famous. It comes under the protected elephant reserve. Elephants, guas, tigers, panthers, sambar, spotted deer, wild boar, sloth bear, Nilgiri langur, bonnet macaw, common langur, the Malabar giant squirrel, etc. are the major mammals which are found in this region. The protected area is inhabited by Panias, Kurubas, Adians, Kurichias, Oralis, and Kuttanayakans scheduled tribes are there in this. Okay, this is all the information that we need to know. Now let's move on to the next question, the third question. Consider the following statement regarding the Parvatmala scheme. First one, it aims to ensure conservation of locally and globally significant biodiversity, land and forest resources of high Himalayan and Western Ghat ecosystem. Second one says it is launched by Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Which of the following are correct statements? A, 1 only, B, 2 only, C, both 1 and 2, and D, neither 1 nor 2. Okay, so if you see the Parvatmala scheme basically sorry, it is launched by the Ministry of Road Transport. Okay, so the second statement is wrong. And also here it says it aims to conserve the biodiversity of high Himalayan and Western Ghats ecosystem. This is a wrong statement because it talks only about Himalayan region, not the Western Ghat. So the correct option is D, neither 1 nor 2. Recently, the Finance Minister in Budget 2022-23 announced the National Ropeway Development Program Parvatmala. It's a National Ropeway Development Program to improve the connectivity in hill areas. This scheme will be taken up on PPP mode, which will be preferred ecologically sustainable alternative in place of conventional roads in difficult areas. The idea is to improve connectivity and convenience for commuters besides promoting tourism. This may also cover congested urban areas where conventional mass transit systems are not feasible. And this system basically this scheme is being presently started in the Himalayan region like Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, Manipur, Jammu and Kashmir and other northeastern states. And the Ministry of Road Transport and Highway will have the responsibility for the development of this thing, the ropeway and the alternative mobile technology. In February 2021, the Government of India allocation of business rules was amended, which enabled the ministry, that is the Northeast, to take care of the development of the ropeway and alternate mobile solutions. This is the Ministry of Road Transport Highway. Okay, so this is all the information, and now let's move on to the next question, that is the fourth question. Consider the following statements regarding bioremediation. First one, bioremediation is the use of living microorganisms to degrade the environmental contaminants into less toxic forms. Second one, both biosparing, bioslurping and in situ bioremediation techniques are part of this, are in situ bioremediation techniques. Which of the following are correct? A, 1 only, B, 2 only, C, both 1 and 2, and D, neither 1 nor 2. The correct option is C, both 1 and 2. So bioremediation basically means utilization of the living microorganisms to degrade the environmental contaminants into less toxic form. This is the basic definition. Second statement says the biosparing and bioslurping are in situ bioremediation techniques. This is also right. So in situ basically means in that area, let's say this area is contaminated. So in this contaminated area, if we are using these microorganisms for the degradation of the contaminants, it is called as in situ bioremediation technique. But let's say if this contaminated water, contaminated area, if the things that are there in this area are shifted to another place, and here if the process is being carried, then it is called ex situ. Okay, so in situ means inside that area, ex situ means outside that area. That is the basic meaning. So recently a team of Argentine scientists are using microorganisms native to Antarctica to explore the idea of cleaning up pollution from fuel and potentially plastics in the pristine expanse of the white continent. The bioremediation is the use of living microorganisms to degrade the environmental contaminants into less toxic form. It uses naturally occurring bacteria and fungi or plants to degrade or detoxify substances hazard to human health and environment. The microorganisms may be indigenous to contaminated area, or they may be isolated from elsewhere and brought to the contaminated site. The bioremediation can be effective only when environmental conditions permit the microbial growth and activity. The next question, it's a previous year CSE question of 2012. The question is, with respect to Rightward system, consider the following statements. First one, the rent was paid directly by the peasants to the government. Second one, the government gave patas to the riots. Third one, the land was surveyed and assessed before being taxed. Which of the following are correct statements? So A, 1 only, B, 1 and 2, C, 1, 2 and 3, and D, none. So here if you see, the correct option is C, 1, 2 and 3. Because Rightward, it was introduced in 1820 by Thomas Munro and Colonel Reed in Madras and Bombay areas. The rent in the Rightward system was paid directly by the peasants to the government. So the first statement is wrong. First statement is right, sorry. Second statement is the government gave patas to the rights. This is also right because it's a direct linkage between the government and the peasants. And third statement, the land was surveyed and assessed before being taxed. This is also right. So based on this only, the tax was levied. It was 50% in the dryland areas and 60% in the wetland areas. So the tax is pretty high, that is for sure. So among all the three, among the Zamindari, Rightward and Mahalwari, the Rightwari is the highest tax. It has the highest tax in fact. Okay. So the same information is given here. Okay. You can just go through it once. So that's it guys for the day. These are the 5 questions. And before I leave, as I told already, a small information, we are providing the summaries of the Vision Prelims test series and Vision monthly magazines. You can subscribe to them by visiting our Telegram channel. You can also check their quality. That's it guys for the day. I'll see you again with 5 more MCQs tomorrow. Till then, keep studying and stay tuned. Jai Hind.